What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Greetings wherever you are. First, I want to say that I have been scarce because my life seems to be, as it often seems to me, my life is being occupied by everything except me. Um, One of my strong character traits that I'm proud of, but I'm also imprisoned by, is my sense of goodness, and specifically my my bleeding heart. I hate to say it that way, but I don't know any other way to say it. My bleeding heart, always caring about everyone else, always. I said to my nephew recently, because I'm in this frustration, I said that to him. And I said, but the only alternative is just not to give a damn like everybody else. And that's just not me. But I think I can still be me, and I got to find a way to not care. Because I have um, forfeited a lot of my life by giving a damn about other people. And then I never received that back. um, Let me just also say the obvious. I'm on a beard mission again, you guys. Um, Except it's a little different this time because I don't know when or if I'm gonna cut my beard. I always first I started out just wearing a goatee, you know, and for many years of my life that was just a professional thing. But you know, um, increasingly I wanted to have a beard, just a full beard. So I just let that grow out more, and certainly like this portion here. But now I'm just letting it go because I see a lot of brothers with beards that are so admirable. Of course, the quality of their hair matters too. And, I don't have that. But still, and I think I owe it to myself to just let it grow wild and let me see so I know what I look like with that, you know. I feel more powerful actually with my beard, and more in seated in my place as a man. There's a reason why Allah has designated that hair grows on the face of a man, and indeed in Islam, it is prescribed to us by the Creator that if a man can grow hair on his face, he should grow it, you see. And I think that all of American society could take a page from that right now, because half the time when you're anywhere, you don't know if it's a male or a female. Like, I'm over it. Men should look like men, and women should look like women. There should be no ambiguity at all. One of the things that I loved when I was in Africa is that fact. I look, oh, that's a woman. I look, oh, that's a man. No ambiguity. And there's many parts or many places, and a lot of, especially a lot of young students and stuff like that, female students and things like that, they wear their hair very close, almost bald, and you still can tell that's a woman or a female. You know, subhanallah. Anyway, so be distracted by this if you are. But as I say, I'm forfeiting a lot of my life, you guys, and I'm really sick and tired of it. Even now, this should have been a live event, and I was really meaning to do when I knew that I had a certain window of time between until the time that I go back to the Gambia. I just thought, okay, I'll be able to get some more work out, you know, and I'm just letting my time be monopolized, and I'm just, it's wearing me down, you know, it's wearing me down, and I don't ever want for myself, and I don't want for you or anyone that I would know in life. I always try to tell people, I don't want you to ever have to look back with regret and or have to look back with feel like you wasted time, you know. Um, that's a big one for me, you know. And as I get older, it becomes even more important. Like, don't waste time. Don't, you know. Um, do the things now that you can do and want to do, you know, so that God forbid if one day you've now gotten some diagnosis and you're laid up someplace and you can't move, you won't be carrying that, damn it, I should have done such and such when I could have, you know. Absolutely no regret. None at all. So this is now after the presidential debate, which was not supposed to be a mashup because I was meaning to do um, a piece, and I guess I'll just get it in over the next couple of days or whatever, but I'm going to be bringing you something very important. I'll just say that because I know I have people who have gotten successful off of me, then they can't even mention my name on their channels, you know. And some of them still live in their parents' basements. They know who they are. And yeah, so it's going to be very special. And I should have had that out already. It's a major angle on this whole Israel Gaza thing. I feel like I got too much room up top. Um, then, uh, but I am going to go ahead and mix together in this piece. I am going to go ahead and mix together my thoughts on this debate, and I want to make commentary on this Tyreek Hill thing. Um, and yeah, man, I really, yeah, I got to start somewhere. But um, first, let me say this to you too. You know, my nephew is missing. Um, as I sit here, it is Tuesday night. My nephew was hit by a car on Friday morning on his way to work. He was riding his bike. He's okay. He didn't sustain any major injury or anything. And I was going to, he called me after the accident. The white devil that hit him, went ahead and took him on to work because his bike is now mangled, and you know his job wouldn't let him work. They're like, nope, you've been in an accident, you're not working today, go home, just take the weekend. Anyways, he calls me once he gets home and tells me everything that went on. So once I heard what happened, I advised him that he would be most likely successful in a lawsuit against this person that hit him on the bike. Not to mention, the person literally said, I stopped, but I didn't stop, you know. And he ran a stop sign. But I mentioned my nephew because we spoke at length on Friday afternoon. And I was just telling him, this is what you can do. But you make your own decision, you know. Because one of the things you have to consider is that you're going to have to not be working for a while you are pursuing this lawsuit, you know. So you have to think about that, because he shares an apartment with a childhood friend of his. And so I was just letting him know, you know, you need to talk to him, and see if this is something you want to do, etc., etc. Then he had decided he was going to go through with it. At the very least, he was going to the emergency room on Saturday morning. That his girlfriend was going to come get him, and then we were supposed to speak after he left the emergency room. He never called me. Today, I called and sent the police to his address in upstate New York for a wellness check. And because I've literally been calling and texting and blowing up the phone and blowing up the phone and blowing up the phone and blowing up the phone, and nothing back. And I've lectured him at length, in the past when he's done this, like, you can't do this, Nasir. You have to, if you can't answer the phone, then just, when you see that I'm really, like, I'm blowing you up now, I'm worried. So you need to at least send a text. Do anything. Anything will be acceptable. Anything. But I need to get something from you. You understand? And not only that, or as Dr. King you say, not only that, but it makes it bad if something is really wrong. Then we just think you're doing this same dumb crap again, where you don't answer your phone for no reason. So my nephew's missing. Then one of our family members here on the channels is going through homelessness. And I can't help. And I feel really torn about that. On top of that, my brother Samba, my brother in the Gambia, I thought his job is bringing him to the United States. He had been saying October, but he misspoke. He comes to America on Friday, to Colorado. It also kills me dead. I tell you, kills me dead that I won't be able to go and just maybe spend some time with him while he's here. I'm going back to Gambia, but I just think that would just be really cool. Like, I went to Gambia. This was my brother. This is where I stayed, at his house. So, fine, you're going to be in Colorado, but I would love to at least be able to go up there and spend a day, at least a day, just for that experience. If for no other reason, we could look back and say, remember that time you came to America? So that kills me dead. Dead. I've never been to Colorado, but I would go to Colorado. I just can't. So, and I'm one of these people, y'all. I just, I live my life purposefully. And I don't know. I don't know how to even say it to you, but I'm doing my best. That's what I'll say. Doing my best, just one foot in front of the other one. And I told myself in probably all the years, I probably told myself in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, that this has got to be the year of me. It's got to be the year of me, where I only do what I want to do when I want to do it for me, and that's it. And I'm going to have to try and recommit to that, you know. I can't save the world. I'd love to, but I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. As with anything in life, you need help, you know. You need help. Nobody gets to anywhere without the help of somebody else. I don't care what it is or who it is. Nobody is, you know, sort of self-anointed and, you know, I don't even know the word to use. There's a big vocabulary word that doesn't come to me now. But so anytime you hear someone say, "I did this, I did this, I did this," you let them get all their fire and vomit out, and you say, "Who helped you? Who helped you?" And the moment they say, "Didn't nobody help them?" then just be over them, because that's not true. It's not true. Everybody needs and has to have help to get to the next part of the journey. That's what's real. That's what's real. Now, I don't want to make this a long piece. And because you can see I'm tired. But I think I'll just start with the Tyreek thing, so that I don't end on a furious note. A shout out to Ronaldo Wynn, who made me aware of this. And by the way, everybody, let me say this before I go any further. I've said this before, but maybe I don't say it often enough. If you have something that's just burning in you that you simply think I should speak on, then present that to me. Bring it to me. Doesn't mean I'll do it, but I'll look at it, you know. And when I do that, usually what I'm doing is I'm trying to decipher if there's anything of value there. If there isn't, is there any value I can bring to that? Is there any angle that I'm given that inspires me, you know, to go, you know, I think I need to speak about this, you know, because there's no need for me to do any subject if I'm just gonna say what anybody else would have said or is probably saying, you know. No need. There's no need, you know. And that's always been one of my formulas. If I don't feel it, then I don't speak on it, you know. And there's a whole lot of things that I could be speaking on if I just want to just speak, you know, just for clicks and views, but I'm not interested in that, you know. I'm a big believer that, you know, if you're going to assemble an audience in front of you, or you're asking for people's audience, you have people that follow you and all those sorts of things, whatever. I was trying to give you guys a little bit more necklace, but it's just not cooperating. See, now I'm too low because now my hair is out of frame. I'm over it. When you have an audience, you should give them something, you know. You should give them something. They should leave reflective. Something you said that penetrated their existence, you know. certainly whatever they may have felt or thought about that particular, whatever it is you were addressing, you know, it's very important. Um, you guys know I'm not a sports fan, so I wouldn't have known Tyreek if he knocked on my front door, literally, and started proclaiming I'm Tyreek. You know, I would have been like, so what? What does that mean? You know. Um, and so this was the video that was released by Miami-Dade police. Oh, let's get y'all in here. I haven't done this in so long. One, I think. Okay. So this was the situation. Apparently, this was game day, whatever that day is. Um, and Tyreek was speeding. Was that was supposed to have been what precipitated this traffic stop. So let us begin, and then I will make my remarks. They haven't turned on their sound yet, so that's not me. Okay, that's probably an ad. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? For what? Why do you have it on? Now, as somebody who just came back from Florida, I can tell you that Florida, and I was in Miami. It's one of the places that I was in. I can tell you that Florida is the most immigrant place that I've ever been to in these United States. And I've been to almost every damn state in this damn. I have been to every state in the country because we used to travel when I was little, but I've lived in a lot of places too. And then other places I've visited that maybe I didn't even live there, but I visited. And so now Florida is on the list of places I visited but never lived there. But of all the places I've been, it was the most immigrant place, dude. Like it's the closest to being in a foreign country, you know? Like everybody was Cuban, Venezuelan, Haitian, Bangladeshi, or some other Arab, um, Brazil. I mean, in high numbers. Like, I mean, listen, when I was at Bayside, which is this waterfront thing, I think I showed you guys the video of that over on Jedi Africa. Because I showed you guys some video from my trip to Florida. Anyway, there's a lot of music down there and people and shops and food. It was very festive. Like, it's just very, but it was just nothing but accent after accent after accent. Like, Florida is not. I'm trying to figure out how Ron DeSantis became governor. Probably only because his last name is DeSantis. Whatever the fuck that means. Florida is a foreign state. It just is. It's a foreign country. But I bring it because this is one of the things that is germane to this interaction with Tyreek Hill. Because this is also another reason why we need to stop proclaiming black and brown. Fuck brown. Let them get their own shit on their own. because they're just another group riding our ass to get to their part that they want to get to, and then they get rid of you. You understand? Latino people, increasingly, it seems, don't like us. They're just as racist as the white devil because in their culture as a whole, no matter what brand of Latino they are, Brazilian, Venezuelan, Cuban, Colombian, it doesn't matter. They all have this thing in their culture of being white. And they're literally breeding themselves out on purpose. The lighter you are, the more you're respected and more you're everything, you know. It's a real thing in Latin culture. You know, I don't need them to admit it. They've admitted it. Many of them, there's videos on here. I've seen stuff on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok, but I've seen mashup videos and things like that, and on Twitter and other places. But it's a real thing in their culture. They just don't air everything out like black people do. You understand? They literally keep shit private for the most part, you know. And so we need to be over this black and brown. I've been saying that forever, you know. Um, Other groups just mention us to for sympathy. If you really have a real cause, then it should be able to stand on its own. You don't need to try and compare it to us or be with us, you know. I saw something even earlier today where um, I don't remember what it was, but I know this goes on all the time when they're talking about, well, certainly in politics, when they talk about January 6th, that's what it was. Somebody was talking about January 6th, and then somebody was trying to equate that with, you know, the protests that went on for the murder of our people in 2019, 2020, 2021, you know, when they're just killing us by the hour, you know, and just to don't have anybody to bust them in their fucking mouth and say, no, we are marching because we're sick and tired of being murdered every goddamn day. We're marching for our lives. These motherfuckers on 6th January who have stormed the Capitol were just butthurt ass white people that didn't get their way. Let's be very clear. Do you understand? There's no comparison. And they, you know, it's these white right wingers for the most part. But we have to also throw out right and left, because even Malcolm was warning us to be skeptical and suspicious of the white liberal. You understand? Malcolm preached this because he understood what I understand. And that is, or I should say, I understand what he understands since he came first. But this, I knew this, but this is yet one of those things that I tell you, I hold an observation, a position, an understanding on something. And then I later found out that Malcolm said the same thing. That's one reason I've told you guys I'm possessed. I'm possessed by not just Malcolm, but many of the ancestors that came before me. I'm possessed by them. But I also testify, that nothing has changed. Because the things that I'm passionate about and been preaching about are the same causes. It's the same stuff still now that still affects us. Nothing has changed. I mean that from my gut when I say that. Nothing has changed. Not a damn. But they like to try and compare 6th January when they stormed the Capitol to people burning stuff down in Charlottesville or wherever. I can't remember all the cities now, you know, and the George Floyd thing, and that was Minnesota, and then it was, you know, and the only reason why they bitch about it with such carelessness is because, again, we're not burning the right shit down. Yet they sit back and say, why do they burn down their own neighborhood? You're right, white devil. We're coming to burn your shit down. You're so right. Thanks for stopping us from doing such a dumbass thing by burning our own shit down. You're right. We should be able to burn your shit down, because then it'll matter to you. Thanks for waking us up. You know. So this also exemplifies why we need to be over this black and brown shit. It's black only. And that's it. We're not attaching nobody else. And I listen to people's language when they speak. You feel me? And so when I mean, around any black people that use that shit, I know that you one of the ones we got to get rid of when it all goes down. You know, right along with this white devil. You got to be in the right frame of mind, everybody. If you don't change your mind and how you think, you're not going to change how you relate and react to anything. You'll still have to be having the same ineffective, tired ass reaction to stuff that does not move us forward or give us any victories. I don't know. I hope I'm not in the way. I don't know. And I'm not live, so I can't look on my device and see. Yeah, I hope I'm not in the way. Because listen to these fat tortilla eating ass motherfuckers. That's who was dealing with him. And they're so happy to do it because they seen white people do it, and we didn't shank they ass the fuck off in their beds where they sleep, like Nat Turner. You see? They saw us in prayer circles and forgiving and marching and chanting. So now here comes the fucking immigrant who can't fucking speak English straight, and he thinks he has the right to attack an African who has paved the way for his bitch ass to be here at all and to do anything. But his few generations back was the main ones trying to cuddle up with black people and act like they're friendly till they get their shit and take over, then fuck you. You see? By the way, somebody tell me what kind of car that is. I'm not a car person, but that's really like, wow. It looks like the Batmobile.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Or what?
So it's obviously a very expensive car that you and I will never drive. All right. I may have 3 of them. I don't want to get into that. But anyways, okay, I have 1. Okay, I don't, but I could. Anyway, so the issue is he's speeding. Of course you're speeding in that car. That car's not meant to do the fucking speed limit. I can't. What kills me is when people buy cars like that in the United States, where there are speed limits. Like, I'm over it. You know, like a car like that is not meant to be driven in the school zone or the residential. Is get your ass on the highway and dare everybody get the fuck out your way so you can just burn it up. Otherwise, there's no need to buy that car unless you're just going to pose in it. And sadly, that's what a lot of people do in this country when they buy exotic cars like that. They're just posing. You know, it's like, you know, I see these these dudes that do drone videos. And like, my drone goes 6 miles. I'm going 6 miles. And I do. Don't give me, you know, you have to keep the drone in the line of sight. No. I didn't buy a drone to fucking fly right around my face. No. Send that bitch out 6 miles. It's coming back. It does. Like, I'm saying, like, if you don't want me to go 6 miles, don't make a drone that goes 6 miles. Don't do it. If you don't want me to do 190, don't make a car that does 190. So I'm not even mad at him for speeding. I'm not even mad. So, lard ass, and you see they had to have an entire precinct to pull over him. So they knew already he was black. Like, remember, we just went with him. The video starts. We came to the scene with him. So he hasn't called for backup or anything like that. Like, or we don't know if he's called for backup, but for some reason there's a whole precinct there. Pull over one car. Because they already have automatic license plate readers. I know they have them on police cruisers, and I'm sure they probably have them on the bikes too. They can read your damn license plate coming towards you, going in the opposite direction. You understand? So they knew who he was, no doubt, already. And the issue that Tyreek had is he came up knocking on his window, like just disrespecting him. Obviously, I can see your fat tortilla eating ass outside of my window, so you don't need to knock on my window. And I don't know where Tyreek is from, but he sounds country a little bit, you know. And he's just asking him, he's not letting it go. He wants to just knock on his window and when he rolls it down, he wants to just move on to something. Tyreek is like, no, why are you knocking on my window like that? Why are you knocking on my window like that? And what kills me through this whole thing, I'll just say it now, is that none of these little fucking tortillas would have a fucking thing to say to any of these brothers that eventually show up, or Tyreek, if they wasn't in that Halloween costume. They would all get mocked. You understand? As would any white man approaching any black man. But when they put on that little fucking Halloween costume, when they come in a group, they feel like they tough. You understand? But they shrivel like a violet when they're up against one brother by themselves. They are not better than us. They are not. And they know it. Did y'all see the video of the little girl? It was these kids. She was the only black one. They started the race on a regular, track. And her shoe fucked up. And she stopped. She had to stop, put her shoe on, tie it and everything. She was way behind. She should have just been done. I thought she would be. Boom. She dusted everybody and got to the finish line as if that never even happened. I could give you a million examples, everybody. I've told you, Allah creates everything in degrees, and he shows us this in his creation. In degrees. So don't ever feel dumb or feel like you have to buy into this vomit and this propaganda that only white people put out to the earth that we're all the same. We bleed the same. Well, cut open a giraffe. It bleeds just like me. It bleeds red too. Oh, quick, open up that koala. Open up that giraffe. Open up that lion. Oh my God, they all bleed red. But they are nothing like me, and I'm nothing like them. Do you understand? Allah creates everything in degrees, including human beings. The anthill is not as the mountain. It is not. The penguin is not as the eagle. The eagle is not as the condor. And so on. So, when we get to the human species, we must understand that if they are even human, and I say they are the jinn, we are a different species of human than white people, and even Latin people. Do you understand? They are not like us. They are not. They are not. So, I digress. So none of them would approach him any other time. In fact, they'd probably be stroking his jock and swinging on his fucking nuts to try and get an autograph. You see? But see this now. And by the way, Latinos are some of the easiest ones to buy into white propaganda very easily. It's an observation I've made of them culturally over my years served on earth. Like, they buy into that. Like the whole whatever you say, they buy into that. They ain't really a pushback type people. You understand? Only time you get a rouse out of them is if you're talking about dreamers and illegal immigration. You understand? Other than that, they really don't have. It's a whole thing. But you see this porpoise now is standing outside of Tyreek's window. He doesn't make enough to touch Tyreek's car even. Do you understand? Hey. And my issue.
Keep your window down.
No, he doesn't need to keep the window down because he's already gotten the registration or whatever information you needed from him. Now take your porpoise fucking tortilla eating ass back to your motorcycle and write whatever citation you're gonna write him for speeding. He doesn't need to have the window down. He doesn't need to. You see? But because he shut his fat ass out, But Tyreek had to deal with two things here. He had to do with police stick together and Latinos stick together. You understand? And all of them are secretly jealous of black men because they all want to be us. They all want to be us. Think about all of the sports that is a culture in America. Most of them are watching black men run back and forth across their screen. These are the names you're going to recite when you talk about stats and statistics of games and shit. You talk about somebody black yet again, yet again, yet again, yet again. You understand? We're not calling Garcia and Jesus Guatemala. We're just not doing it. You see? Just not doing it. Till you get to baseball, which that was a economic move because it used to be us because we're the first to do anything. And then somewhere since we've been alive, we started seeing all of the black players were suddenly Latino and don't speak no English at all. So they're Brazilian and Colombian and Puerto Rican and on, you know. It's like they literally just replaced everybody, but they still black, dark skin, you know, not like Alex Rodriguez or something like this. Dark, you know. So hold that bit of information as well. Let's see this now.
Hey, keep the window down.
Keep that window down. You see he's knocking on the window again, which that was Tyreek's whole thing when he first let the window down. Now you arrogantly going to knock on my window again. See, again, this is where I say you don't need to turn into something else because these people have a Halloween costume. You're supposed to have the same reaction there that you would have if I came up and was knocking on your window. You understand? You don't give your power to anybody. Give a fuck. Not a damn. Don't give your power away. Don't do it. But they love being put in any position of power. You give them this much power. Just you could be a security guard. Here, I'm giving you the key for the day. You're a manager. They run with that shit like I've never seen in my life. It's a thing. I'm only saying it because this is my observation. It's a real thing. Like, you know. See, he looks around.
Hey.
You saw he looked around and then went back to knocking on the window. That's when Tyreek should have pulled out the fucking automatic on him, in my view. People have to learn, you understand? And you teach people how to treat you by what you allow. If it wasn't Tyreek, somebody should have been getting to them to let them know, teach them a lesson that you don't treat Tyreek or nobody else like that ever again. Like Malcolm used to say, when one of these white devils puts their hands on you, you do your damnedest to make sure they don't put their hands on anybody else. He was telling us even then, you know, about physical defense of ourselves. Fuck all this cowering back. And they were out of control out there, completely out of control. Like, this is what they do. You feel me? Go on. So you saw he looked around first. Then he went back to knocking on the window more intensely. That's when the automatic should have came out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out.
As a matter of fact. Why don't you take your bitch ass to fucking English class? How about you do that, Jesus? Do that. Huh?
Out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. Break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now.
See, and then the other fucking pinche caballo comes up, we'll break that freaking window. It's a gang now. So I told you, we happy to be lawful because black folks are some of the most lawful people in this bitch. That's a fact. But you got to be ready when they go into that. This ain't law no more. This is personal. We got to be ready to get personal. And that's one of the areas where we're failing and where we're losing lives because we're still trying to be professional. We think it's still professional. It's been turned personal. And next thing you know, you got a bullet in you, or a few of them. You see? You got to be ready to go there. That's a real thing for African people in this bitch. You got to be ready to go there. Ready to go there. Ready.
Get out. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out.
Look, we're not playing this game. Like he's talking to a 3-year-old. That's what you say to kids when they're just on your last nerve. This is a grown-ass man. And now you're going to put your fucking greasy fucking green chili fucking filled fingers on a car I can't probably afford to say the name of? I doubt it. Look, and you can tell he's just poor as everybody else. Because he thought he was going to yank the door open, but the door went up. Look at it. Now, just take it back. Look at how he's got the door. Because I even thought it was going to come open. Like just my car. But no.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Look.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Just that you think you can touch me like that is enough for me to fucking cut your throat. Just that you never met me. What? I'm a grown-ass man. Just that you think you could touch me like that is enough for me to stalk you the rest of my fucking life. Who are you? What are you that you think you could touch me? What are you? You see? Meanwhile, we don't have any videos of black police doing this to anybody else. That's our problem. You see? I'm waiting and living for the day when I see the white bitch finally shot down like we've seen anybody. You understand? But all done by black police. Where's our Walter Scott? Where's our, just start naming people? You see, it's a pattern, so it's on purpose. It's not like, oh, that was a black cop, you know. No, we know it's going to be somebody white or these motherfucking grease monkeys. We know it. We know it. But just how, and again, remember, it's a whole precinct that stopped after he stopped. You only need one fucking person to deliver a speeding ticket. You see?
Get out!
Get out! He hasn't done anything wrong at all. And he has a right to have had his window up at that point. As I say, he'd already gotten his documents. The next thing for his fat ass to do was go and do whatever infraction he was going to do and bring the fucking ticket back and be over it. This is personal now. So that's why we need the automatic.
What part of that don't you understand?
What part of that don't you understand? Like he's a slave, like he's a 3-year-old or a child or just anything other than a man. You understand? This is the type of shit that there must be fucking retaliation
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested.
And I don't know how he's able to be calm. I'm getting arrested, man. He's still telling somebody on the phone. I don't know. I think Allah gives these brothers something in those moments of crisis because I've seen too much of it where I'm like, how are you even, you know, like my whole life mission, if I was Tyreek, my only mission in my life would be revenge. Like there would be nothing else I would leave my house for the rest of my life. And then you see they put his arms behind his back and they've got to put their fat ass weight on his back like he's some wanted bank robber, felon, something. We're talking about a speeding ticket.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up, bro. God damn, twin.
You see, this is about personal humiliation. And I would suspect that somebody like Tyreek has the type of money where you can find where these motherfuckers live at. You could get some information. People will talk for money. And you need to start spending some of it. It's some shit that just can't be allowed to pass. without being answered, just for your own humanity. You understand? Remember, you're a human being living an arc of life from birth to grave, singular and unique and divine. The parents who gave birth to you, that's the only people that you're beholden to, not shit else. Don't come to me with your titles and your shit. That means nothing. You shit on the toilet just like me. So that's what I'm saying. This can't be allowed. This cannot be allowed to stand and not be answered.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. Fuck constitutional rights and all that. You see, he's assumed that and he can't even fucking speak English. That really pissed me off. It still would have been just as infuriating as it is when it's a white devil. But here, if I'm just thinking, if I'm Tyreek and I'm down there on the fucking ground on my face right now with this lard ass on my back, and I hear that shit come out of his mouth, I'd be like, if you don't go back to wherever the fuck you came from, on God. You understand?
Understand? You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
Alright, bro, take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
See, it's all personal.
Hey.
Don't worry about it. I have the phone.
It's all
Stop
personal.
crying.
Bro, y'all.
Don't move.
Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Shut him up.
I love it. He's still on. He said, "You not gonna win like you crazy." I love that he said that, cause it was like, in spite of all this shit, I'm still on you about my fucking window, bitch. It's still about my window for me. It's still about my window.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, bro. Dude, beating on my window like he's crazy. I ain't do.
He's speaking to somebody in the truck, that SUV that's right there.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey.
Also, stop being afraid of that bullshit. How they try and take over the whole fucking city when they have one operation going on someplace. Don't be intimidated by police with that shit, everybody. Don't. Look up your local statutes, just so you can be in compliance. But after that, be over their ass. You understand? And then turn it on them. When you know you're where you can be, then if they come at you, you say that you touch me, it's fucking assault, and I'm defending myself. It's still going to be assault. It's still going to be assault. You understand? Like, I'm going to see it as that. Because it's you doing it to me, it's what I say. It ain't what you say. It's what I say. Look, everybody out there's a fucking porpoise lard ass. You understand? Look, lard ass. And they are lard asses because only Latinos are still using lard in their damn food in 2024. That's a fact. You see that? See how he's coming at him? You see that? Look at that. This is personal. This is why they got to be found. You feel me? In my book, he's all got his porpoise fat ass all the way over here. There's already another pinche gordo that's dealing with Tyreek here. And watch the lard ass. Look.
I just had surgery on my knee.
He would not do that if he's not in that fucking Halloween costume. That's what makes it you a bitch. You understand what I'm telling you? Like, don't wolf at me online and you're not going to come see me. You understand? It's like that type of thing. You be able to back your shit up in person all the way. You understand? As far as it's going to go, back your shit up. Whatever it is in life, it doesn't even have to be negative. Just back your shit up, or don't make statements you don't mean. Don't make claims you can't fulfill. You see?
Surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just tell you in your ears when we go there with the window down.
Bro.
Fuck you and your window, fat ass. He didn't need to have the window down. You already have his document. You're supposed to take your fat ass back and write the ticket if you're gonna even write a ticket.
Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro. Back up. Hey, come up.
Look, now he's hyped up. Now there he goes down the street. Same guy that just was chilling and decides to go over and grab Tyreek randomly. Now his random has to run down here. More niggers. I gotta damn these niggers. That's what it's really about. That's what's going on in his fucking head. You see what I'm saying? His bitch ass should be deported and all his goddamn family. Deport your bitch ass back to where the fuck you came from.
Call Drew. Call Drew. Call Drew. Call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Call Drew, bro. Call Drew. Call Drew. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. What am I doing that's wrong?
Hey, listen.
That's what I'm saying. And that's a big dude right there, this brother. Again, this little pinche Mexican is not going up to him if he's not in a Halloween costume and he got his buddies with him. You understand what I'm telling you? That's the bitch move of it all, because it's personal. This was all personal, everybody. This was personal and it was racist. That's what it was. It wasn't shit else. And then on top of that, all the brothers that are pulling over, which I later learned are probably teammates, everybody's got some shit you can't afford. This is a I don't even know what that is, but you see the red interior and all. I know that's an extra something. You feel me? Everybody's pulling over these exotic.
Hey, listen, hey man, they got Tyreek. The cops over here beating on him, man. They over here beating him.
And he's far enough away from them. He's on the phone, engaged with that. Here comes the fucking fat walrus.
Listen, big man, don't park there, man. Just get in the car.
Hey, Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Straight up the side on the side of the
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car. You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey,
I'm
in
not
the car.
Who's the driver? This is my car. All right, move. All right, I'll take it.
Here's asshole.
You gotta move.
Okay, move. You gotta move. I'm telling you, revenge is my middle name.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have to ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have to. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your license.
Leaving. Yo, what's
Your
going
license
on?
right now.
What's going on,
Your license right now.
You could tell. You can see a little bit of fear. At some point, this is an act, because this guy could crush the fuck out of his little fucking Mexican ass. Like that. Break him like a twig and be over it. He's only doing this shit because he's got that fucking Halloween costume on. That's all. And it still don't hide his fat ass gut. So there's that. Do they make Spanx for men? I don't.
You're not gonna give me your license?
Hey,
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license. Your license right now.
Sir,
Hey, your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up.
Your license right now. Why don't you take your bitch ass to English class? Get back on the fucking raft that brought you here. Why don't you go do that? Maybe you could travel, do some traveling.
Your license right now.
He just told me to.
Your license right now. You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now. We're not playing this game here, man.
See, we're not playing this game. He really thinks he's a tough guy. I love to see dudes like this get mopped the fuck up to the point where people be like, that's enough. It ain't enough. Beat his ass some more. This is the only thing he should think about the rest of his life is this ass whooping. The rest of his life.
What's man going, man? My license in my bag. Let me get
All right, go get your license.
Let me get my bag.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something expensive.
Close that door.
Look, close the door. Like, what was that door doing? Nothing. Again, at some point you gotta say, I don't give a fuck, you a police officer, and just twist them motherfuckers up. Because this is not about police work now. It hasn't been from the beginning. People gotta stop being intimidated by that fucking Halloween costume. You know the difference between right and wrong, and you know when you've done wrong. But you also know when you're being done wrong, too. You understand? It's time for people to snap out of it. Be like, fuck that. I don't see no fucking costume. I see your ass as a human being, and this is what I got for your ass. Look at all this.
Let me stand them up so I can take off this
I'm going home. Send me up. I'm going home, bro. Fuck ass talk, bro.
Come over here, don't fall off the saddle.
No, bro. Then this dude here was like, man, I'm already rich.
I don't know who this fucking meathead is. It's all up on Drew like that. Like, what is that? It's a little sus for me.
Open your legs.
Oh, that's on Tyreek.
Just let them lean forward.
You see this? The fingers in the back. I mean, it's. I promise you, man. These dudes would not have. They wouldn't be. They just wouldn't be around after this.
Appreciate it.
Hold on, man.
Thank you. Hold on, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Hold on.
Thank you. Okay. Nah, I'm not, bro. I'm finna go home, bro.
You see this? Everybody want to come up and touch on him and shit. So I guess these are, unless somebody knows who these fucking people are, or are these just regular fans? You know what I mean? But again, motherfuckers don't look like us. But when you're an athlete, they just love you so much while they hate the fuck out of your people. I mean, I tell you, this is why I say that sports is gay, especially among non-black men. Like, I don't see the same energy from black people in general, but certainly from black men, that I see from white men and Latinos when it comes to sports athletes, specifically the athlete themselves before you get to the game. You know, there's a worship that's going on. It's homoerotic, dude. It is. It is, in my view. So they come up patting on him like he's a horse or a thoroughbred or some bullshit. Like, I'm offended by that too. You feel me? I don't like the shit. No, and then you shaking the hand. No. For what? Anyways, I thought that there was because the other videos I've seen, they show other angles. I thought that was the full video. That's the one that they released. Okay, fine. The other one was just because you hear one of the cops say, "Hey, you know who that is? Like, that's Tyreek Hill. He's a star player for whoever the fuck he plays for." And yeah, that's the only part that really wasn't in there that I remember. But this shaking their hand at the end, that shit, he shook one person's hand. You know, I don't know how involved that dude has been, but they're all one. So it's not anything else from this day forward. Even if I still like Latinos, it wouldn't be a fucking thing another Latino of any stripe, man, woman, or goddamn unborn child could say to me ever again after that. They would all be dead to me. I mean that shit. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. Plus, we gotta stop all this forgiveness and shit. People have the wrong understanding about forgiveness. People think that if you don't forgive, you have a problem. No, you forget motherfuckers and leave them the fuck alone, and you be peaceful. You don't have no stress on your life. That's just what it is. But when you forgive is when someone asks for forgiveness. You understand? They ask, but then it's still your prerogative. You understand? So, I mean, I just don't have that bone in my body. Like, you can make a mistake all day long. You'll never hear a word out of me. But when I know you doing shit on purpose, I will never forgive you as long as I breathe. I swear by Allah. Because our maker is the same. You can make a mistake all day long. and repent and ask forgiveness, Allah will forgive you. You deliberately being disobedient, you're going to hellfire. Same concept. Same concept. Yeah. So that pissed me off. You know. Oops. Yeah, that pissed me off, man. It pissed me off. And I should say this too, you know, interestingly, I don't know, the last couple months or so, I've run across some police stuff that's like, where the fuck are those police at? Where they're just, what you, when you see it, you know in your soul, you go, that's what police should be. That's it. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant to have dinner. You don't know what you don't know what you feel like. When they bring you that menu, you see it on the menu, you go, that's it right there. I'll have that. That's it right there. And then you close up the menu and you're done now. You're ready to bring me my food. Because you've seen it, you know that's it. That's the one. That's it. So, that's the same idea. You see these, you go, that's what police are supposed to be. 100%. 100%. I mean, you can't even believe it. They're just so appropriate, you know. But you just go, how come they can't just do that, you know? It really kills me. In my segue and stalling for time while I find the next video, I wanted to say what I just forgot. I don't know, I just lost my train of thought. And I think I just found, whatever, I'll come back to it. Oh, no. Yeah. By the way, another random piece, Ciara. Why isn't Ciara as famous or bigger than Beyonce? Somebody please tell me. I saw an interview. She was talking to Oprah, and first of all, her kids cannot be any cuter. Like, if they were any cuter, it would probably be illegal.
$53,000 in a single month as an
something. Her kids are, oh my God. Oh. I'm stuck, I can't. Listen, I'm sure my gut tells me that Ciara is probably not the vocalist that Beyonce is. But what does that really mean? Because Beyonce isn't really a vocalist, really. Can she sing? Undisputedly, absolutely. I defended her when at one of Obama's inaugurations, I think it was the second one, I don't remember. And everybody was saying she lip sync, and I did a video about it. And I think I just shut the debate down by saying, who amongst us doesn't know that Beyonce can actually sing? It's only a scandal if we don't know if you can sing or not. And you lip sync, we go, oh shit, so and so's lip syncing. Ooh, we don't know. Ooh. But the entire earth knows Beyonce can sing. So that she didn't sing live in that moment meant nothing. And they tried to do the same thing to Michael Jackson, back when he did the Super Bowl halftime for the first time. He's the one that set it off for the football halftime. And Michael didn't even know what the Super Bowl was. He had to be educated about what is it? Why should I care about this, and why should I do it? But Michael didn't sing live. He lip synced. And I remember that being a scandal for a few minutes back in the day. But for what? Everybody knew Michael Jackson could sing. So what if he didn't sing at that one? But he could still sing? I mean, what are we talking about? I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Oh, also another random note to you guys while I'm pulling up this damn video. If you haven't seen the Shannon Sharp, or if you haven't seen, well, two of them now, really. Marlon Wayans on Club Shay Shay and Tyreese on Club Shay Shay. Marlon, I wanted to see because I'm kind of, I was rooting for the Wayans family back in the day, but then I began to realize we don't see no fruits of their labor reflected back on our people. And obviously I'm not the only one who feels this way, because for other reasons, obviously, we don't see them getting NAACP awards and Image awards and, anything from the Black community, just not seeing it. They seem sort of aloof and separate in some way. But I wanted to see what does he have to say about anything, whatever it was. And I will say, one of the things I've always loved about them is the closeness of their family. And just to hear the way he speaks about his family and they're not there, and honestly mean it, was uniquely touching for me, because I literally would hold my breath when my brothers and sisters started saying anything about me, because I knew it was against their own will. They just don't want to give me a compliment. Like, don't breathe, they may stop talking, but just when they'll give it up like that, even my sister in New York, my nephew's mother, like when I hear famous and non-famous females talk about their brothers, their older brothers, and this bitch can't fucking give me anything, and she doesn't know a more dynamic person on the planet than me. Period. So it's on purpose. So I appreciated what he gave, and there was a window into Keenan. Like, I suspected there was a pecking order in the family, and there is. And Keenan has always been sort of the patriarch without being the patriarch, but being the patriarch, like, you don't do nothing unless you talk to Keenan. And I love that. Tyreese, on the other hand, was a complete and total disaster. A total and complete disaster. I cannot stand the fuck out of Tyreese. I say that here openly and freely, and anybody that knows Tyreese can call him and tell him I said it, and he could see me if he wants to. Because it starts back when I was still living back in Maryland, but I was working in the district in DC. And so this is when I was at McDermott, Will and Emery. And there was a law firm. And there's right around the corner from the law firm. Actually, it was like right across the street and just around the corner, it seemed to me, I remember. Just there. Just there. You know. And there was a record store, and I knew famous people go there. I don't know how I knew Tyreese was going to be there that day, or when I knew, or whatever, because there was a very comical event that happened one time when Genuine came. This is the day that I discovered the record store. I must have been out on lunch. I just walk around on Capitol Hill, and there was a bus, like a tour bus, you know, and it said Genuine on it. I didn't really know who he was really then. I didn't really know. But what I can tell you is I didn't really need to know him to tell you he was coming off the bus. He had two security dudes, and he was ducking down like this as they was going across the sidewalk into the store. And I was the only person on the sidewalk. And he's ducking like he's Michael Jackson. You know, like Michael literally had to duck to get on a regulation sidewalk from here to here. Like, it takes 50 people to move Michael across a regulation sidewalk, and people get killed and all they, you know. But Genuine, wallahi, everybody, nobody was out there. Nobody was out there, and I laughed to myself because I'm just like, is this dude serious? Nobody's out here. It was so, I can't. That's a true story. But anyway, Tyreese on Club Shay Shay. All my life, running all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price, roll the dice. That's my joint, dude. I love that so much. All my life, grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price, roll the slice. Got to roll the dice as well. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Anyway, first of all, let me explain the garment that he was wearing, everybody, because I wear those garments, but they don't look like that. You always hear me talk about, you know, my long garments that go all the way to the floor, you know. And so I have a white one and a gray one and a blue one. And they have the Nehru collar and the very, you know, they're known as a galabia. Some people call them other stuff. It depends, like, I don't know, like, it's a galabia. Whatever, but that's what he was wearing. This long black thing that he had on. But his was either silk or satin. Now, I would hope that it was not made out of silk, because it's clearly, I don't know. Anyways, that's what made it hideous. The fabric made it hideous. It looked very feminine, and just, I can't. Oh, let me tell you when I met Tyreese. Then we'll come to Club Shay Shay. Because this helps my argument on his Club Shay Shay thing. So the same record store, I tell you, Genuine is ducking and, you know, nobody's there. Oh, and also another little thing on Genuine. Right before I left Maryland, there's this club that I went to. It was right before South Capitol Street. I can't remember the fucking name of this club, y'all. And they've shot some reality show I saw. They shot a part of it there, and I'm like, that's that club. I can't remember the name of it. It's $25 to get in. Anyways, the last place I went out to when I was still there was this place. Me and Joseph went. Genuine was performing, and he went to he had a water bottle that he was drinking, and he went to do this to the crowd, like as if there's only women in the audience, and we standing right there in the fucking front, and got water on me. Like, I'm not one of your fucking female fans, dude. Like, I'm still kind of mad about that. Like, why would you do that? If you had just a female audience, you want to do that, the females want to get wet, I'm cool with that. But you didn't have a female audience. Anyways, Tyreese. So, however, I ended up knowing he was there. It could have been I was on lunch and I went over there and he was there. I don't even know, y'all. But I knew my sister, bitch, she can't give me a compliment. I know she was a big Tyreese fan. So I thought I'll get an autograph for my sister in New York, you know. So that was my whole mission, go in there, get an autograph for my sister Ciara. So I stand in the little line that's there and everything. And I feel like, I don't know what all he was giving out. I feel like there was a t-shirt. I don't remember what else there was, because I didn't care, because I'm not a Tyreese fan, and I knew who he was from the Coca-Cola commercials and probably something else, but I didn't care about him at all. There was nothing, he just was not anywhere in my orbit. I don't know you. I don't care to know anything about you. Like, you're not on my list of people that I'm like, oh my God, did you see so and so? It was just mechanical for me. I'm going to get this for my sister. So he goes, when I get up there, he goes, I usually don't be signing nothing for no males. I don't be signing nothing for dudes. I said, well, I'm not even a fan. I'm here for my little sister that lives in New York. She's a fan of yours. I stood in line for her, not for me. I'm not a fan. So that shut him down really quick, because he saw that I was ready to answer this bullshit. And because he was loud, I said my shit loud too. And in that moment, he realized this could be a bad publicity thing for me. And he was there specifically for people to come and see him and sign shit. So you saying you don't have no male fans at all? I'm not one of them. But you don't have no male fans at all, Tyreese? So I saw the arrogance then, you guys. And that's what the Club Shay Shay thing is. He sits up there the entire fucking 2.5 hours, very professorial, like he has the answers to all the universe, with that fucking little black or red beanie cap on. It was so annoying. It was just like, I can't with this dude. And I don't know if you're trying to pass yourself off as some holy man, or, you know, because he wants to. And then also, I don't know, a few years ago, I saw him in something that had me sick, that was suggesting that he was Muslim, that he was trying to become Muslim, or had become Muslim. And now you sit up there talking the Christian bullshit. I mean, it was just, I can't. But it served, he's already getting the karma, because two things. Number one, it comes out in the interview that he thought he was going to be in Shannon's main studio that Cat Williams was in. You know, it was a miscalculation. He didn't know where Shannon shot his show at. And Tyreese is in LA. And when Shannon's like, I'm in LA. But he was like, he can't come, so he wanted Shannon to come to him. He thought if Shannon comes to Atlanta, he thought that Shannon's studio was in Atlanta. It's not. It's in LA. He was like, he goes, and then he mentions different things throughout the interview. Go see it for yourself. Maybe you feel different than I do. But he mentions at different places throughout the interview that he thought you could tell he's there to try and challenge the Cat Williams numbers. That's what a lot of brothers are doing now. They're going on there trying to get some of the Cat Williams numbers. It's not going to happen. Because when Cat Williams went, he wasn't looking for no numbers. He just went to be himself and to talk about what he went there to talk about and be over it. There was no angle to Cat Williams at all. And it went bigger than the world. Even white people are jealous. But of course, they're jealous of everything. The most hating is as jealous as people that exist on the planet. That is the truth. That is the truth. That's not hyperbole. I'm not being funny. I mean that shit because it's the truth. So, I mean, but Shannon, that was bigger than everything. Bigger than everything. I just wish it hadn't been on a white-ass platform that oppresses his people. Plays all sorts of games, making up rules. As I sit here talking to you, their white asses are making up new rules to put as their community guidelines when it's just more white vomit, which should be the real title. I mean, white people are just fucking exhausting, dude. People would get a lot more rest if they didn't exist. But he went there as, because he's so egotistical and so arrogant, part of him was there to try and get numbers. That's why he went 2.5 damn hours of nothing but him lecturing and trying to be professorial and having the answers to everything, including the universe and all of it. It was so maddening, I can't even tell you, dude. It was just like, I cannot. Like, somebody get me out of here. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. And everybody, this is the other thing I'm mad that my life is being occupied, because I naturally would have done a live, because everybody was doing a live, and just while the debate was live and reacting to it just in real time. I love that. You know, you just pull it up, it's live, and then you just do your thing. But I didn't chance to do that. You know, I was also trying to chase my nephew down. I sent the police to his house for a wellness check, and they told me that they were called by my sister yesterday to do a wellness check on him. So apparently he hadn't talked to her in a few days. You know, and yeah, I don't know. But it's also, today was my godson's birthday. He turned 7. And, you know, I've forgotten what I need to be, I've forgotten stuff that I'm responsible for. Like, I don't remember what like stuff that's normally in my mind, that my responsibility, stuff that I do, da 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 da. I didn't remember none of that. You know, I'm just completely distracted. And then on top of that, California is on fire. So it was literally raining ashes outside of my house. Like, covering everything with ash, dude. Like, as if it was, I mean, we have at least 3, possibly more, major fires going on here in California. And, you know, and because the sky was orange, I took some video that that's not on there. Fuck, it's still on the drone. I will share with you guys at some point in the not too distant future. Yeah. So I was just like, I can't. You know, like, what else can happen? I think I'm mostly going to talk over this because I just want to give you my thoughts. We're not going to really see the debate so much because we don't really need to. Like, we don't need to. Unless there's something, this is noteworthy. By the way, if anybody hasn't noticed yet, she has the same walk as Sniper Fire, Hillary Clinton. Kamala has that. Listen, I'm a choreographer, you guys. I've watched movement since I don't remember. It's just in me. Like, I know this movement. I'm very good with that. Because for so many years, that's what I did for a living. I need to know who you are, how you move, because how am I going to teach you anything if I don't know how you naturally are? Just do. Just walk for me. Let me just walk. Let me see. Would you do something, you know? So I noticed things like this, and so she has the same walk as Hillary Clinton, same cadence, same everything. Watch the bitch. Watch, 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 watch. Just the same walk that Sniper Fire had. That marching, chest out. Now, she's got on tacones altos. And I think Sniper Fire only wore flats, right? Because I was used to say, oh, those shoes look like her feet would stink because they're just those slide-in boat-looking things. Oh my God. I don't have any punch or anything near me. But I don't think that Sniper Fire, I ever saw her in tacones altos. But she's got the same walk.
Looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful
And
debate.
she went over to him. Like, it's going to be a handshake up in here today. It's just, but it's going to be, you know.
President Harris selected the podium to the right.
So let's now welcome.
Here's the thing, everybody. Like I said to my neighbor, because she mentioned, she says, you know, I don't really know anything about Kamala Harris. In fact, I should have did this before the debate. Well, we'll talk about it and then we'll move on, because I want to bring you also a piece on her sister. Interesting that she's the female Obama and her sister's name is Maya. Because some of you may not be aware that Obama's sister is named Maya. Very interesting. Very interesting. What are the odds of that? She was a senator. Remember, we can count the number of black folks that's been a senator and still have fingers left over. Carol Moseley Braun. I forget who else. Now, there's somebody else between them and Obama. Then Obama, because he was only the third black senator since Reconstruction. And Kamala. And then the Cory Booker dude. You know, but I'm just trying to say it was a big deal when Obama was president. You know, when he was senator, like, oh my God, this black dude is a senator. This bitch runs for the Senate, just like Obama. I mean, they're the same hue, and she's got an exotic background. He has an exotic background. And just that both y'all fucking got a sister named Maya? Like, I don't believe you. 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 Like, I can't. But whatever, we will investigate that and interrogate it. But for all intents and purposes, she has a sister named Maya, who's also a lawyer. Went to Berkeley School of Law. I told you guys Kamala is obviously a lawyer, so is her husband. I told you guys, tell your kids you want a fucking law degree. If they're not going to own a business, you want a law degree. They're not going into sports. You're not going to be a rapper. You're going to bring me a goddamn law degree. Because that's how you can do anything. Get a damn law degree. I wish somebody had told me this, because I wouldn't have gotten a business degree. I would have gotten a law degree. Damn it. So, her sister, of course, has a law degree, but her sister is actually dark skinned, and you like, yeah, that's, until you look at her, you like, okay, she is something else. Like, she ain't black. She's something else, you know. But she got the dark skin. But here's the thing that matters to me. She got a black husband. A black, who is also, wait for it, a lawyer. So I love that. So I wanted to cover that. And contrast this whore, because I just can't, man. Like, and that's another thing that killed me about this debate, because at one point Trump says she hates Israel. She hates Israel. She can't stand Israel. She wants, She just does, and she doesn't even like Arabs. She hates Israel. I don't know why the bitch don't say my husband is a fucking Zionist piece of shit. Like, you're married to the fucking enemy of all of humanity. Why don't you say that? Like, I never, when this has come up, I never hear her say, but wait, my husband is Jewish. I never hear her say that. So, do you don't want us to know? Or y'all keeping it low? Not understanding. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. But it seems like that would be your first thing to say, like, wait, whoa. My husband is one of these fucked up ass people. But nothing. You know. And, you know, as I was saying to my neighbor, you know, and I've been consistent on this for decades, even before Sniper Fire. I'm like, it would just be so sexy to have a female president, you know. By the way, y'all know I'm not voting. I don't vote. I'm over American politics. This is not my country. But I've always said that it would just be sexy to just see a woman coming off of Air Force One, you know, or when they have the State of the Union and the chamber crier does the gavel and says, Madam Speaker, or Mr. Speaker, because it was Madam when Nancy Pelosi, that made it magic because she was the first female speaker. But so it'd probably be another dude to be Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States and his cabinet, and the door will open and it will be a woman standing there. That's sexy to me, man. Like, it don't always gotta be a dude, and it definitely don't always gotta be a fucking white person. Least of all, it should be somebody white. But I say about her the same way I said about Sniper Fire. I would like a woman, but not that woman. And I feel that same way about her. Because, and probably more so, I feel it for her than I did for Sniper Fire, because you're claiming to be some exotic woman of color, but you're just like the white bitch. You're just like the white model, so we don't need you. You know, you go to a company for an interview. One of the things and a lot of times they'll ask you, what do you bring to this company? What do you bring? What do you bring to this company if you were hired? Like, how could you be an asset to what I already got going on over here, right here? You see? I always love that part of the interview because I get a chance to sell myself and big up myself and give you my qualities and why there is no other choice but me. So that's how I feel about this. And anything, that's why I've said to African people, you don't have any firsts in this country. Stop, Black history, stop saying the first African American to do this. And the first African American, there's been no first. Because when there's a first, they would do shit that a black person would do. They won't just follow and keep doing the shit that white people have been doing. That will be a first. You understand? But if you're doing all the same shit that white people have been fucking doing, we don't need you. We don't need you. You don't bring anything to the company. You're not an asset. We have that already. You understand? Last minute, maybe you want a job in HR. We got a bitch in HR. Look just like you. We don't need you. You know what I'm saying? We won't need you. We still don't need you. We still don't. You feel me? So, and I think what people are going to finally understand is something I've known, like as if it's my name. It's as natural as that for me. White people don't give a fuck. They drive everything into the ground. They ruin everything, no matter what it is on the earth. They ruin everything, including the earth. And so they had what was the greatest gift to American politics since its inception, and that is Barack Obama. And you saw what they did. They were given another chance with Bernie Sanders, and you saw what they did. You see? So whiteness matters to them over everything. That's why you have all these undecideds, and it's nothing but fucking white people that are sitting up there talking. They may get one black person who's fucked up and thinks they're white, and just for gratuity, or they look diverse or some bullshit. But it's just white people. Every year at election time, it's always a group of they white ass someplace with a button they want through the press to respond to this part of the debate. And what did you think? And are you still undecided? It's just white people, because they have to find some shit to vote on because they really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They don't have an issue. And that's why you always hear about Roe v. Wade and some other shit that doesn't mean anything to your kitchen table at fucking all. It's their white asses that bring this bullshit up that doesn't mean anything to your wallet at all. At all. At all. So they will choose this decrepit thing over young Kamala Harris. Just for whiteness' sake. Just for whiteness. If Obama had had an insurrection on January 6th at the Capitol, that would have been reason enough for every white person to say, and they would cite that as their reason. Because they're always looking for a legitimate reason to be able to say out loud why they hate somebody black. That's why when they got OJ, that was bonus for them. We get to say we hate somebody black out loud. And it not be the real reason why we want to say it out loud. We can hide behind this. It's the perfect screen. It's the perfect smoke screen for us. You see? Same thing with Obama. It's just his policies for me. That's why I don't support. It's his policy. No, bitch, it's because he's black. They almost had to throw me out of one of the call rooms when I first started with Obama's campaign, because I got a lot of that shit on the phone. You know, when you phone banking and calling people, and they give you some bullshit reason. I'm like, just say you don't want to vote for him because he's black. Just say that. You feel me? I would stop the room because other callers are looking at you like, I don't give a fuck. Say some shit. You see? Like, just tell me that. Or just get off the phone. And I was challenging people. I didn't give a damn. Because I know how they hide like a snake. You understand? They hide their slithering tongue and they bite you. That's what they do. And I know it. You have to act on what you know in life, not what you wish could be. What is? What is? So they'll do the same thing to Kamala. They'll claim, I just don't know if she has enough experience. Bitch has been in the fucking Oval Office for 4 years, but that won't mean anything. But Hillary was never vice president. The bitch was only first lady. And then because Obama had made her Secretary of State, but before that she had run before. Remember when she ran against Obama? Her only claim to fame at that time was that she had been First Lady. And a senator from New York. So, bitch. You see? But, that was enough for them. But somebody with the exact same credential, they'll say, I don't know if I just don't think they have enough experience. But they were saying she was practically president. And all the bitch had done was be first lady. That's it. But she was there for a lot of those decisions, though. I know Hillary was there. No, you don't, fat white bitch. You don't know that. You don't. And she wasn't. So she wasn't. So they will go for, because remember, mediocrity for them is acceptable over black excellence. And I don't say Kamala is black. I'm just speaking in broad terms right now. White inferiority and mediocrity has always been validated and celebrated, while black excellence and perfection has been rejected and denied. You understand? So, and then they talk about what a monster is. He could be that much of a monster because he's white. No black man who had done any of the shit he's done would even be standing on a debate stage being taken seriously. And let us not ever forget, ever, that he is a fucking felon. You know brothers right now that can't get a job at Walmart or McDonald's in this bitch because they got a felony. And this fucking fat piece of white shit can run for president? You see, in the world I live in, we have a united front of a people. And we say, you see that shit? We running that one over there. We find somebody in our community and say, we're running you for president. and we fund them and run them seriously and dare the motherfuckers to blink. Oh no, but somebody's got a felony and a murder conviction. But Trump is out there running, so this is our candidate right here. Dead ass. I'm not being funny, everybody. You want something you never had, you got to do shit you never did. And one thing we never do is answer tit for tat to white people's bullshit. You fart in my face, I'm gonna shit in yours, and then you're never gonna do it again. That's the way the earth moves. That's how you get the fucking shit you want. Most of all, respect. Do unto others as they do unto you. And they don't do the shit no more. That's what's real. That's what's real. Not that as you would have them. You'll be waiting for that shit till you are in the grave. You do unto others as they do unto you. That's the way you do that. But the whole time, he never, ever once said, and I don't know who's doing her prep, I should have done the prep. She says at the beginning in her opening statement, what you're not going to hear is him talk about you. She's talking to the American people. You're not going to hear him talk about what she made a list. He never once, through any of his speech or his talk, said the American people. Not once. He never addresses the people because it's not about the people. It's not. It's not about the people. It's about his inferior white ass. He's been handed everything since he came to Earth. You understand? So, but he never once says the American people. They finally cornered him because he's gone after the Affordable Care Act so much. He almost was trying to take credit, like he decided to keep it and it made it better. But here's what's worse. White people suck that shit up like a baby's nipple. Like a baby sucking a nipple. Because what? They are what? Pathetic. So they eat that stuff up when he's clearly lying. Like, I mean, you tried 60 times to get rid of Obamacare. 60, everybody. 60 challenges to Obamacare. But Obama is a lawyer. He knows how to make his shit airtight to any challenge. What? Come on, man. This motherfucker ain't even been to goddamn it nowhere. I don't know what school he went to. He always talks about the Wharton School of Finance. But what other school did you go to? What else did you... We don't really have his academic record. We just don't have it. Just don't have it. But they eat that up when he makes these outrageous claims that are clearly outrageous. You know, my landlord is a white fucking Republican Trump supporting whatever. And he's just politically as dumbass as the rest of them. I hear him, he'll talk to me about something, and I hear him repeating exactly I already know the Fox News talking points and the Republican vomit. They're not independent thinkers. They are low education, low intellect, dumbass fucking people. They shouldn't be allowed to vote. Because that's who's fucking up the country is white people. You stop letting them vote, you have a different country. Different country. Different country. You understand? They fuck up everything, and they fucked up the fucking vote in this country. If that's the truth. That's a fact. That is a fact. There was something else I was just going to say to you that came to me, and I already forgot it now. Hopefully it'll come to me, inshallah. Oh, let me digress. Because I started out saying this at the beginning and I didn't finish my statement. I was saying Ciara should be as big or bigger than Beyonce. Why isn't she? You know, and I think I got my own self off. But listen, Ciara, dude, she looked better than Beyonce. She's more of a real person than Beyonce. I saw her talking to Oprah, and they were talking about some of everything. I don't remember what their conversation was really. I know some of it was because some of it was about weight, you know, because I guess Ciara is either on Weight Watchers or she might represent Weight Watchers in some kind of way or something. She's somehow tied to Weight Watchers. And that's some of the things they were talking about. But that's when it hit me. Because I've never really seen Ciara talking to nobody. I don't search her out like that. I need to do that. Just see who is she? What type of person, you know? I fell in love with Goodies when it first came out, and you know, all of that. But my favorite one is still Hotline. Man, if you can't get popping with that, you just need to just bury yourself and get in the grave. Like, I can't even do it. But I just say that watching this, I realized, you know, I never really saw her talk. Wow. You know. And then it may not have been the same thing that I was watching with Oprah, but there's something I saw her on, and they showed a clip, and there she was in a practice studio, and she was practicing her Michael Jackson moves. She's solid, man. She's solid. Listen, I'm a damn good Michael Jackson dancer, and I'm very critical of the moonwalk, because people think once they slide, they got it. No. It's got to be flat foot, flat drag, flat drag, flat drag, flat drag. You literally have to look like you're walking forward while moving backwards. And it can't look like you're struggling. And if you can, you add the hip movement. And there she was. As she was going back, and she had it drag, drag, pull, drag, pull, drag, pull, flat pull, flat pull, flat pull. She's really something. And I've seen other stuff that she's done, like her performance stuff. And I'm like, damn, this chick is just everything. Yeah, and it just hit me. I'm like, wait, why isn't she bigger than Beyonce? What's the problem? What are we doing? So I'm hoping that she gets a hold of the right music, because it's all about music, everybody. It's all about music. Because you don't even have to be a great singer. If you got great music, you can just carry a tune. That's a hit. You will be humongous. My wife testifies to this. Janet is not Celine Dion. She is not. Is she here? Anyways. But Janet has good music that's written for her. Her little voice goes over, and it's good for Janet. Britney Spears, same thing. She's not Celine Dion. And Celine Dion is the standard. Don't bring me Mariah, don't bring me Whitney. Those are different people. Celine Dion is a technician. This is why she is over Mariah and Whitney. Mariah and Whitney are naturally gifted singers, and they both lost their voices. Mariah hasn't sang live since I don't know when, and she can't do the whistle since at least probably the mid-90s. She's on the Apollo, y'all, doing Vision of Love in front of black people. You know, if you do your song, I don't care what you do around the rest of the country, you come to the Apollo, you do a main song that everybody can sing along with, you better do the damn whistle. She was in the Apollo on Vision of Love and did not do the whistle. I mean, Tamia was on there with Stranger in My House. Everybody was waiting, because you know we be waiting on certain notes. Because if you do that live, we got you all the way till you say no more. Tamia was on there, just to contrast it for you. Doing Stranger in My House. She knew she had to do, there's a stranger in high. I can't do it. That high note she hits on Stranger in My House, and they went up. You feel me? So you got to do the thing. You feel me? And so Mariah and Whitney are just natural singers. Because they weren't technicians, testimony to them not being technicians is the fact that they both lost their voices. Celine Dion is a technician. She lives her life around her voice. She's the most disciplined performer I know of. I mean, I know some of the behind the scenes stuff that other people won't go and search out and watch. I'm that guy. I want to know the details of stuff. And I'm just telling you, man, like, so that's why she was always the standard for me. But I digress to say. So you don't have to be Celine Dion. You can just have good music. And I think Ciara just hasn't had the right music. Like I'd have to look back at her work to know if she has worked with Diane Warren. Has she worked with David Foster? Has she worked with Kenny Edmonds? Has she worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? Everybody that I just named, if their name is anywhere near you, you have a #1 single or a whole #1 album. Guaranteed. I mean, you got some music that's there that's like, oh my God, that's the one, that's it. So I need to know if she's maybe just never worked with them or what, because Ciara has the look and she has the excitement and she's a performer as well. She loves to perform and sing. So yeah, she could crush Beyonce under the fucking bus and be over her ass finally. Because no matter what you hear from Beyonce, it's still that voice. I've never heard her do anything breathy and rangy and you know, all of that. You know, she's good at what she does. She can give you a run and things like that. But it's all of it is a bunch of yelling, you know. There's nothing really tender. She can't really get tender. Just tender, you know, like just tender, man. Yeah. Anyways, how did I get to that? I don't know. At one point, she says to him, let's see, what part is this right now? And by the way, she fell flat and failed out. She fell flat and failed for me right out the gate. Because the first question was, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? And she went on some fucking vomit word salad. Bitch, answer the question and you can go into your other stuff. Just like, we'd like to know the answer to that though. But they both kept doing that the whole night. You ask them this, they tell you this. You know, and I think that kind of hurt her because, again, white mediocrity. So he can get up there and be a total disaster, and all he did was attack all night. She said at the beginning, she goes, you're gonna hear name calling. He's not gonna talk about you. He's gonna talk about himself. I mean, she went down the list, and literally every fucking thing she said is exactly what he did. And among them was name calling. Called her father a Marxist. She's a Marxist. Her mother's a Marxist. I mean, you know, dude. Anyway, but his would be okay because remember, white mediocrity and inferiority is held up as equal to black excellence. You see? And when they can't, they just steal your shit and pretend you were never there. How about that piece? Oh.
Fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised.
Oh, wait, this might be a good segment
The
just for you.
flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, this comes at a time where the people...
What I hate is they didn't go back to that, because at some point they do ask him, they say, why did you kill that bill? He went off on some fucking Disneyland act, and nobody came back to it. I want to know the answer to that question. Why did you kill that bill? Because if they isolate him down on that, then his biggest thing against her and the border, and there's 50,000 people coming in every 5 seconds, and you're under attack, and it's all things bad, and it's the end of the world, and oh my God, that will all go away. Because like, no, motherfucker, you pulled the bill that would have put 15,000 more people on the border, like the fucking people that work the border, whatever the fuck they are, I can't remember. But you know what I'm saying? But they didn't come back to that. So it was so many missed opportunities here that there weren't follow throughs from the moderators, and it was a non-event in that it wasn't. Again, inferior as white people will think that they saw him say something, and profound and amazing, and that he had a plan for something. He didn't. And I love at one point when they had sort of nailed him down because he kept talking shit about the Affordable Care Act. And then the chick that's the moderator, she says, so where's your plan? He goes, well, she goes, I'm not president yet. We don't have one, but I'm not president right now. But you were for 4 years, bitch, and you bitched about the Affordable Care Act, but you didn't have a plan. And now, all this time, you've had to sit on your ass. You've had 3.5 years at least to come up with a plan. Now here you stand at the debate stage, like 50-something days from the election, you still don't have a plan? But that will, they will cake that over. That'd be the headline if she had said some shit like that. You know?
People of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem.
Wait, let me look, y'all. Hold on. Oh, I won't know. Because in full screen, I don't know. I'm gonna have to stop this and go and see it. It won't feel like nothing for you. It'll just be a transition for you, like that. But I'm gonna have to stop this. You know what? I don't care. I don't care.
Instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires. And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you first, and I pledge to you that I will.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, on that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so, that would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border?
First, let me respond as to the rallies. She said...
See, this is the shit that's important to him. Instead of the main thing that you're bitching about is that she's not a border czar, and she's let now all these illegal people come in. It's all her fault, and oh my God! And now you could answer your portion of why you didn't fucking why you killed the bill. And he wants to talk about crowd size. This is the same piece of shit that, with a straight face, tried to say he had the biggest inauguration in the history of the presidency. But we kind of have the pictures of Obama's inauguration, bitch. Again, he's the epitome of whiteness. When they cannot beat you, they just lie about the shit. You understand? Or they write you out of the fucking history altogether. How many patents did they steal from black people? Before we even get to all the land they stole from us, and the ideas and the inventions and shit. Don't tell me shit about this fucking demon. Not a damn. But this is it on display again. You see? And oh, by the way, your fucking rally, your fucking inauguration, anything else you do looks like a goddamn Klan rally. Because it's nothing but white people at that bitch. You go and you look at Obama's inauguration. America, the entire country, for as far as the eye can see, it was everybody. Black, Latino, Samoan, goddammit, Asian, young, old. It was everybody in that you see. It's like you see Michael Jackson's audience. It's the world. It's the world. Everybody sees Michael Jackson. But you go to this fucker's anything, it's nothing but white people. Nothing but white people. Ugh. The room can't even smell the same. It can't. It by default, it can't.
people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go.
Don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. And he stood there the entire night like this. And people don't go to her rallies. There's no need to go. And more lies. And it was us. I had two choices. I could either get rid of the Affordable Care Act or I could keep it. And I thought I could keep it and make it better. And but the whole night it was this and scowling. Let a black man sit up there the entire night doing this. You see, I can't do it. I can't.
And the people that do go,
And
she's
slithering. And I told her such and such. And I told her such and such. And she put 4 people on the border. Like they get to Chris Christie from, I think, New Jersey. Big, fat, fucking, bigger than Santa Claus. Fat ass, lard ass motherfucker. No, he stank. Walking around as governor and running for president. It's all fine. We had to put up a fucking chiseled model. Do you understand? Again, dude, where's our candidate? Like, we're not even serious. We're just gonna run some big fat ass black dude just for the fuck of it. Just because your white ass has a fat fucking lard ass over there. Tit for goddammit tat is a strategy of war, everybody. Know this. It's not pettiness.
busing them in and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics.
In the history of politics. There's not enough white people for that to be true. You understand? Think about it. When Obama was running, he was getting these massive crowds. One of his big, huge crowds he got in Oregon, where we don't be at. 75,000 people. Go Google it. Go put it on YouTube. Obama speaks to rally in Oregon, and you'll see 75,000 fucking people. The night of his acceptance speech when he won, 250,000 people in Grant goddammit Park. That's 250,000 people in one place at one time to hear you do anything. 250,000 in Grant Park. Here comes Whitey, inferior, you understand, and has to say this shit. If it really was the truth, it would have been proclaimed for you. You would need to proclaim it. He's just making up fucking statistics as he goes on. He's just determined that he's going to be greater. And I know he probably sat back every day and couldn't stand Obama, because no matter what he does, he will never look as good in a suit as Obama. He won't. It will never happen. You're ugly as fuck. Your skin is fucked up. Your hair is fucked up. You are fucked up. And just as whiteness demands, he is seethingly jealous about that. Then Obama busted his ass, did everything he could. Okay, fine, we didn't really get anything, but we knew that. Those of us who know. Does two terms. First time he runs for president, he wins and does 2 terms. He wanted to do that. You see? But you couldn't. Because you're inferior. And Obama had to do everything perfect, while he can just do whatever.
Nation, and it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
And I appreciate the moderators didn't just let that sit out there. They went back and was like, nah, we spoke to some high official in that state that he's citing. And they said there's no evidence of that. And he goes, well, I saw it on TV. I'll just let that part play because I don't know if they'll do it.
And this
if
is
they
what
do it did it in real time or it came up later. Hear this.
what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great.
And I wish somebody would call him on that and say, yeah, but you got that from Ronald Reagan because that was his slogan back in the day. So that's not even original. So you bitch ass stole that too. So, I mean, we're just not understanding the originality.
Again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of success. Not only success, we'll end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured,
Spoke with the city manager.
or abused by individuals
No record.
within the immigrant community.
Well,
All
I've
this,
seen people on television.
let me just say
Well,
here,
I've seen people on television. That must make it true. Dumb fuck. Again, white mediocrity, white inferiority, masquerading as legitimate. Masquerading as legitimate. Masquerading as legitimate.
here, this is
The people on television say
clear-
my dog was taken and
The people on television said my dog was taken.
used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good
Yeah.
thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
But the
television.
people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying their
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice
We'll
President
find
Harris,
out.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme. This is, I think, one of the reasons why in this election, I actually have the endorsement of 200 Republicans who have formerly worked with President Bush, Mitt Romney, and John McCain, including the endorsement of former Vice President Dick Cheney. And
Yeah, I just found that out the other day and I was just like, he's not dead yet? Die your motherfucking ass off. Damn, die. Damn. That's what I'm saying. They look like they white ass don't never, they just still don't just fucking doing evil. Die your bitch ass off. Die. Damn. I couldn't believe it. Didn't you think he was dead already? I'm dead ass, man. Like, I'm like, this one, he's not dead yet. I saw him on The View. Like, I don't know how many years ago. He had some, I feel like some exterior mechanical heart or some shit. And I saw he'll be dead in 5 minutes, finally. The bitch is still alive. Wow.
Congress member Liz Cheney. And if you want to really know the inside track on who the former president is, if he didn't make it clear already, just ask people who have worked with him. His former chief of staff, a four-star general.
I will say I think she had a very good, she was better than him. Let's say that. But I come to caution because it won't matter. If he did half of what she did, they would go, oh my God, he totally won. It's hands down. Oh, this is the greatest debate ever. But they won't give her that. She trounced him. She made him look like a fool and the inferior thing that he is. And then he immediately went to the spin room and started proclaiming that her campaign was begging to do another debate because she done so terrible. He desperately wants another fucking debate. And I hope she says, nope, I already proved my point, I'm good. I don't need it. I just don't. The only reason to have another debate is, and even though I would hate it, is so that they could get more issues in that they didn't really get in. You know, that would be the only reason. But outside of that, I would want her to deny him. Don't give him another debate. Just be like, you know, he wasn't serious at the first, and do a whole, make sure you put a message out at every stop. You know, I wouldn't do another one because, as you saw from this one, he just was blathering and spattering a bunch of vomit and inferior shit that doesn't mean anything to humanity or your kitchen table. So it's just a waste of my time to try and go back and stand next to that again for what? what is to be gained there? Nothing. So I'm over it and move on. I'll tell you, some of these people that are big in the world, they need me advising them. They need me advising them. I'm dead ass about that. Like, you need me to advise you and tell you what you need to be doing, because you need me. You just do. I bet you I'm sitting here yakking. I didn't put it in oh yes I did. Yeah, we don't need to see all of this. I just wanted to talk about the highlights.
11 million undocumented
just
immigrants.
ones
I know
I can
you
remember.
believe that number is much higher. Take us through this. What does this look like? Will authorities be going door to door in this country?
Yeah, it is much higher.
He doesn't answer it. He's asked about this mass deportation that he's talking about doing. You know, again, because remember, white people claim they want diversity until they're not the majority, then they don't want diversity. You know, again, fucking up the entire earth for everybody else and all of humanity is this one group of ass people. That's real. That's real. And so you can never have peace. You can't have it. So he never answers that. You know, like, what's it going to look like? Are you going door to door? Like, what are you talking about? But nobody remembers that Barack was known as the deporter in chief. Latinos were real pissed off at Obama because he's like, get your bitch ass up out of here. You and your goddamn enchiladas. Take your shit. Get your ass. Get your. You see? But he did it
Because
on
of
the
them.
low.
They allowed criminals.
They was calling him the deporter in chief.
Many millions of criminals. They
It's been that all night. Millions of so and so. And just because he gets this look and does this all fucking night, I promise you, wallahi, he never had another. Usually he does this shit. Tonight it was all this. This. That's all it was the entire night. And that was taken as legitimate by fucking white people. Because it was white inferiority. It wasn't black excellence. Had a black person done this all fucking night, they would have had a problem.
Terrorists. They allowed common street.
I can't even see this dude anymore right now. I can't even do it. I can't. I can't. I can't. Plus, like I said, I don't want this to be long. And because I'm recording this, I really could go some places with this, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I just got to reclaim my life. Yeah, man. I got to reclaim my life. I think, I don't know. No, I think this will just be for the Jedi channel. I won't release this on Jedi Africa. And I appreciate also that we've been seeing the numbers going up on Jedi Africa. I just remind all of my people, and not just me, when you find you have someone that you follow, if they have another channel, you need to follow them, especially somebody black. Because we're to learn from me having 23,000 subscribers how that can go away like that. You gotta have a backup. You understand? Otherwise, you won't be connected to that person. If I'm not one of your favorite people, I'm cool with that. I'm the cat's meow to a lot of people in my life. You understand? So it's all good. It's all love. It's no problem. But if you are trying to follow me, then you need to be on both my channels. So you need to go to Jedi Africa and follow me, you know? So I have been seeing some movement over there, and I'm pleased about that, because eventually that's going to be all. That's going to be only where I'm at, you know? And, you know, there's a part of me that would kind of like to just build a brand new audience over there, you know? Stop carrying so much dead weight, because I am carrying a lot of dead weight. I am, you know? And, yeah. But, whatever. Anyways, I'm pleased to see movement over there, and we're going to continue to grow that platform and make it what I know it can be. I am going to I have, like I say, I have two important pieces I want to present to you guys too. And also, you guys, there's a new, well, it's new. I did that whole video on Sonia Massey, and it brought me to tears, man. That was alive. But this video of her a few hours before that night, where the police were called out to the house and some of her family's there. It's not the same house, and there's some other things, but yeah, man. We learned more about her, you know. Nothing changes the injustice that was done to her, you know. And I'm a strong believer. This white devil who thinks they know every fucking thing and don't know a damn thing, which is why they steal everything from everybody else. Has humanity believing that they can diagnose your emotion, your thought, and your behavior and medicate that. This is stuff that comes from the soul, everybody. This ain't like, you know, you broke a finger, or you got a heart valve, or some stuff they can see, touch, taste, and feel. This is matters of the spiritual being, and they're saying they can, you know, like, so I'm real on the fence about mental illness, because I think what's being called mental illness is a result of a lot of vaccine bullshit that they try to mask up. You understand? And so they just tell you it's that, and use mental, ooh, you know. And I think that fucks people up. And my piece I offer as a preliminary piece of evidence to that statement, that whole hypothesis, is that in any city in this country, wherever you live, and you've seen the homeless population, you've always seen that motherfucker that stand up there talking to themselves. Everybody here has seen that. And you don't live in the same state as each other or me. Do you understand? Certain behaviors we've all seen. We've seen it. It's like, you know, any city you go to certain McDonald's, that same motherfucker's in that goddamn McDonald's. You know it. So this is on purpose. This is not random. Two things I'm clear about. When Allah sends us to earth, we are perfect. And when we come forth, we are perfect. I don't believe Allah does anything to fuck you up and your whole existence of life. You're going to be born with one leg, won't know to tell you. You got a birth defect. You feel me? I don't believe that our Maker does that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because think about, to even call it a birth defect is an insult to the divine. I'm just one. I have 10 fingers, and not a single one of my damn fingers match their damn fingerprint. And that's just on me. And my 10 that are all different, everybody's set of 10 is all different, and all 10 of them are different. Like this one isn't like that one, isn't like this one. These are all individual fingerprints. All of them on just me. And no one has it like me. We're talking about a creator that creates that. We're talking about a creator that makes identical twins to our eyes. And yet, they do not have the same DNA or the same fingerprint. And you want me to believe that little Sally was born with a brain defect? Get the fuck out my face. Allah has shown me I create perfection, and this is what comes forth. I don't play with that. Because if that's the case, then show me now the apple that grows on the tree rotten. It just grows rotten from the bud to the end. Oh my God, it's rotten. We can't go on. Show me the rose that grows withered. Just love to see it. Show me. It's fine. Show me. Show me. Show me it raining in a season that it should not ever rain. Show me that. Show me. I could go on and on. I always tell you, creation is not decoration, everybody. It is information. Creation is information. And you watch what Allah creates, and you know when the white devil has touched it. That's how you know. So today is, well, and here's the other thing too, you guys. Tomorrow is now the thing of 9/11. I never get a chance to do anything. I always miss Michael Jackson's anniversary of his death, or his birthday, or both. Like this year it was both. I'm over it. So, you know, I'm gonna try and be back tomorrow. That's if you're watching this now on Wednesday. That means I got this out. If you're watching it later, that means I had some kind of issue and I didn't get it out in time. You know, in which case that's going to push us down the week a little longer, you know, a little further. So maybe instead of getting a new piece on Thursday, maybe now you don't get it till Friday or Saturday. Friday's not really so much because I go to the mosque on Fridays. It's our day of worship, and plus this week is just, this is also a distraction for me right now too, you guys, because as I say, one of our family members is going through homelessness right now, and I just feel defeated because there's just nothing I can do. I'm doing everything that I can, but there's nothing I can do. Even if I still lived in the apartment I lived in before I moved here for the downsizing, you know, at least I had an extra bedroom. I would have been like, if you want to come to California, you got a place, you know. And she could have just gotten on foot or whatever. I'm that dude. Like, I dare you to give me anything. Get your ass, get on foot. You get on foot. Just use this as a place to get on foot, you know. But I don't have that, you know. I don't have it. So I don't have this. I don't have it. I don't have it. You know. So just pray for God to fix this for her. There's some hope on the horizon, everybody. But still, you know, when something happens to somebody, I don't know how to not take it on like it's happening to me. I don't know how to not do that. I don't know how to do that. How do you be detached from it? I don't know how to do that. You know? I don't know how to do that. Something happens, it's like it's happening to me. I feel it. And it has stressed me out to no end. To no end. Anyway, I want to say, you'll see me over the next couple of days, you guys. You will, inshallah. So, thank you all. Do remember to thumbs up the video, everybody. Give the video a thumbs up. Support, support, support. And if you're new to me, then join the family, subscribe. I even see big channels that have to do that now, like, you know, Yeah, I don't know. You know, YouTube is going to be a dying thing because they're still antiquated. They still are in this dinosaur age where people don't express themselves fully. Like that they need to be the police of your fucking everything you do. And all it takes as more platforms come on board and say, you do what the fuck you want to do over here, people are going to run to that. That's what they're going to do. We saw it with Elon Musk. People went to Twitter like, boom, like a moth to a flame, because don't tell me what the fuck I can say and don't say. If you don't like the fuck I say, click your bitch ass away. It's that easy. You understand? But again, they keep those type of things in place only for white people, because when they get ass hurt, they don't know how to deal with it. They don't have the humanity that real humans possess. They are jinn. So they don't have this quality of, well, fuck it, it's not about me. I'm out. Because we, in a minute, this is us. That's it, and we're done. Not their white ass. You see? So they build clauses in there because they're white. That's why they have all this community guidelines and their rules and the bullshit, so they can have something to feel powerful about, like they have control over you and shit. And fuck that. I'm over it. Anyways, if you're new to me, subscribe. I am the Jedi. There's none like me. I am one. And bullshit on Earth stops right here. Whether I'm on a video or if I'm at a grocery store, or if I'm in my car driving, it doesn't matter where I exist on the Earth. Bullshit stops right here where I exist. Period. I don't care what I'm doing or what's going on that doom. And I wish more of humanity would just understand that there's nothing fantastical about that. I just know who I am. It's that easy. It's that easy. Just get to know yourself. You understand? Just get to know yourself. Know who you are and from whence you come. And then you know that those that are inferior to you need to bow down to you and part the way when you walk through. You understand? So, I don't know how long we're in now. I'm not going any longer. So there's that. I love you guys all. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing me again temporarily. And I'll see you live over the next couple of days. I'll see you then. This is the Jedi.